Look how pretty this bedrock is right through here. We got a little waterfall going on. Totally clear water. And like I said, I'm going to be a little more aggressive about what I'm doing today, because this is going to be probably one of the last chances I get to explore this area. And what I'm thinking about doing after I do a little metal detecting on this bedrock, which I've done in the past, but I've got it. And you can see how this layer of soil is on this bedrock through here. I can just chop this down and do a little metal detecting. You know, generally it's hard to metal detect in places like this because of all the hunting activity, and you're finding lead ball after lead ball, and it's just very frustrating. But if I cut the top layer of this off, I shouldn't run into lead, and we'll see if I can get any signals. And this in my shovel. So I wasn't quite down to the bedrock yet, and it does make a hole. You see where it drops off down into here. Get down in there, a little more panning, and see what I can get. So I've set up my sluice. I don't think there's going to be enough water flow, so I may end up just panning this out. I really haven't found any different material in this hole than what was at the top, so I was hoping to see some sort of, you know, layering or something that would indicate that there was more black sand at the bottom on that bedrock, but so far nothing's panned out. So I'm gonna run some of this generic material through the sluice here. Hopefully I can find a speck or two. Well, I'm getting a chirp in my pan. Still, that louder chirp is right in there. There may be something in here. It can just be a hot rock. Yeah, there's nothing in my pan. It could be right there near that leaf. Take the earphones out. Let's see if I can hear anything. Definitely in there. Piece of shot. You all right, Digger? See, that thing's sensitive. Too bad that wasn't a little teeny tiny nugget. I've moved upstream a bit. Didn't have any luck just cleaning bedrock and detecting. I did find a piece of lead and a bullet. Let me pull it out of my pocket. So those gave me some pretty good signals there. But lead. Anyway, I saw all these cobbles, like here and here. Right in here is a bunch of them. They're just piled in here. And I know there's gold in this grit. So if you have a stream like this where there's a lot of cobbles and you don't have a silty, sandy bottom, which this is just grit, I would tell you to check it close. There may not be a lot of gold like this stream, but I bet you I'll find at least a few little specks in this bucket. I'm gonna take a few more shovelfuls, and then I'm gonna pan out over here in this deeper water and show you what I find. All right, so this is the second pan I've done, and I'm pretty sure you can see that right there. It's right in. There's one too, right there. A little bit bigger piece this time. Wow, look at that garnet. What do you want? You better not do that to Mama's car. I found this piece of quartz down there in the creek. It's pretty cool looking. Some unusual colors. And speaking of rocks, I found this one behind a house in the gully. If you can see, there's little quartz crystals, but they're all through this rock. I'll show you where you see the brown rust. Hello everyone, this is Lee Hendricks and welcome to my channel that's mostly about North Carolina gold prospecting. I was on the way here and I heard my phone go with this funny noise, that indicates that I've got a chat message through Facebook, because I don't usually get those very often, and I knew that I was getting a response back to a message I'd sent to Todd. Todd, I believe, is a subscriber. I know he watches my videos. And last weekend, when I was on the dock doing some fishing, I heard a ding at that point and looked, and Todd had found a 1.6 gram nugget in Uari and shared that with me. And I was very excited for him and to know that there's still some big gold out there. So Todd, thanks for sharing that, and I'm going to show everybody what he found right now. So yeah, Todd, that's pretty cool, and thanks for sharing that and allowing me to share it on the channel. And Todd also wrote me a nice note saying that he'd like to do some prospecting sometime. and I'm definitely open for that. Some other people have asked that, Adam, and you know, I'd like to include everybody, so maybe one day we could have a big outing when this COVID-19 thing passes. But it is important to stay safe. I'm saying that because my sister-in-law got it teaching at school, and my brother David got it, and he wasn't able to go on the fishing trip, which he had paid for. So very sorry about that. So you didn't miss a whole lot, David, unless you like catching stingrays. Back to the message from Todd. Todd, to answer your question, he asked if I had made a water table. And that beautiful thing on my table downstairs is, yes, a homemade water table. And the way I made that was I bought 2 pieces of cutting board at Sam's, and I ripped that on the saw so that I could overlap one on the other and cut some sides. And I just used super glue to hold the bottom and the top piece together, but on the sides I physically attached it by drilling some pilot holes and just running some mechanical screws in there. And you can seal the cracks, you know, with some clear silicone or even some glue. But I tried to get fancy and drill the thing through the back so that the water would come in there. But what you really want is something you can take apart real easy, and you'll see the pipe, you know, the tube that goes into the pipe. I've got where you can just pull the whole thing out. That way you can clean that out. I'll tell you one thing: if you leave your cons on that without washing it off when you're done, it's going to rust and leave a lot of brown spots on there. You can see that in my videos. And what I do is I have to take some gray primer and spray that down, and then put another coat of green chalkboard paint over that, and that works pretty good. But if you do that, use that plastic from Sam's, you need to put that primer down. It's a great primer, get at Lowe's. You know, it's appropriate for priming plastics, but if you try to put that chalkboard paint directly on that plastic, it's going to start flaking and peeling off with you. So yeah, I made my own water table. I made that the hand dredge, and I tell you what, I watched Dan Hurd for the mechanics of how to do that. But the one thing I changed, because it didn't work real well for me, was the leather piece that, you know, makes the tight seal. When it gets wet, leather expands. That eventually tore off, and it didn't do good for me. So what I did is I went and bought the plunger that seals on like a toilet, and you have to cut that thing just right. But if you can get it the same diameter as that hole in your PVC pipe, it makes a great seal, and it's very durable. It won't, if you attach it right, it won't come off, and it won't you know, fray and all that. So just a tip. There's something else you asked me about. Oh, he mentioned that he saw the boogie board and that he was making one, and that's so cool, man. I'm glad somebody else is going to make use of that. That's the whole purpose, is sharing some information, because I wouldn't have gotten into this if some other people hadn't made YouTube videos. And I said, well, I could do that too. I can try this, and I found something I really love doing. Before I get started, I want to show you what I'm glares real bad, but that's not rock, it's some kind of hard pack. And that's what I'm going to try to punch through. Let's see how deep it goes and how far it goes. Let's speed that up, that's going to sound really cool. I've got to keep that in the video. That's real life. Oh, I got a big old chunk. Okay. This stuff looks like rock. Some sort of sedimentary, I don't know, put together stuff. But it's, yeah, that comes off just layered. There may be gold in that, I don't know. I think I've tried that before. Oh. I'll tell you what, I'm getting warm again. I can do help with that. What's this? A lot of black sand in that stuff, so it's probably some gold. There's a lot of gold looking flakes that I think that's mica. It's not sitting on the bottom. It's got to be gold mica. Yeah, but let's keep going. Soft, getting a lot more soft down here. So maybe that was the hard part. You know, I've got plenty of water flow, which is, it wasn't the case yesterday. I had a problem trying to set my sluice up, but I'll be right back. I'm going to set up the sluice right here. Might as well throw this stuff in there while I'm doing this and feel 2 burns. All right, my basket's hitting the bottom of this stuff, so get that swirl. It looks like Moravian coffee right there. It's got kind of a metallic gold look. Watch this. That's got to be mica, right? But why is it not? Why is it not getting blasted out of there? Let me turn the torch on so you can see all the. Look how it's just sitting. That's got to be mica though. I'll know soon enough. So this has been sitting here a little while. You can tell it's working. Look at the gravels bouncing around in there. So here's that material I was chipping out of there. It's got like quartz, chunks of quartz, and it's all been cemented together. It's my pressure, I guess. But I know there's mica in there, because it sparkles. It reflects light. And gold is just steady. It doesn't reflect light. It's just, I don't know, it's just no matter how you turn it, it doesn't sparkle. Alright, I'm going to zoom in here. I had to turn the screen towards me so I can make sure I'm getting this in the shot. turn the torch on. Let's see. So that's as far as we got. Let's see. I drive it too far, I'll never get it back out. Definitely not hitting rock yet. It's actually fairly... It's not as hard as I go down. I think it may be more clay type material. I don't know. It's really weird about all that mica in there. And all the black sand too. So I never found the bottom of the hole. In fact, there's no telling how deep that goes. Could be another 2 feet, could be 20 more feet, just who knows. Put some big rocks in here for now. Just in case, don't want anybody to break their ankle. So, Tony, I'm trying to work it out. Okay, guys, it's getting dark, and we know what happens when it gets dark. Can't see. So I'm going home. I'm gonna shave, and then I'm gonna eat, and then I'm gonna edit this. But like I said, I want to be the Forrest Gump of the mining community. So just keep following me, and peace out.